Desde la ciudad de New York para el mundo, Latino Mixx. Latino Mixx. Dale play a tu bocina.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lit Long Island Talks. I hope everyone is having a great day, and I hope everyone is having a great 2024 thus far. First of all, I would like to thank our listeners, our viewers, and of course, Latino Mixx Radio. Don't forget to download the app, Latino Mixx Radio, with 2 X's at the end, okay? And also follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, and also watch our videos on YouTube. It's almost there. Almost there. Valentine's Day. Okay, are we ready? That is the $1 million question. Are we ready for Valentine's Day? I know I'm not, but you know what? Whether we like it or not, it'll be here before we know it. So write your comments. Let us know. Are you ready for Valentine's Day? Do you celebrate Valentine's Day? I personally do celebrate Valentine's Day, but I know a lot of people that don't. So don't forget to share your comments and let us know if it's something that you celebrate. Could it be a tradition? Maybe. Could it be something that you do with your family? It's another possibility, right? Because a lot of times when we think about Valentine's Day, we think about having a significant other. But it's not just about that. It's about family values. It's about being with your friends. And even if you get along with a colleague at work, celebrate it. And if you don't like it, I also respect that. But you know what? It'll be here whether we like it or not. So get yourselves a box of chocolate, maybe a flower for your parents or maybe your neighbor. As long as we have a unity and we are part of that celebration, I think that that's going to be a memorable experience for people that, may think otherwise. So it's right around the corner, guys. So I almost said January. Oh my goodness. It's February. I cannot believe that it's already February. February 14th. So let us know whether you celebrate Valentine's Day or not. So now, today, I would like to welcome to the show a great friend and a great community leader, Clariona Griffith. Hello, Clariona.
Hello, hey.
So, Clariona, let me ask you the question because I was talking about it when we started the show. Do you celebrate Valentine's Day?
I do. I do celebrate Valentine's Day. I actually feel that Valentine's Day is every day.
Yes.
It is a day to actually spread love. And that's the way that I celebrate it. I'm always spreading love every single day. It's not just one day somebody gives you flower and say they love you and take you out and do the whole boo thing. It's every single day that you're supposed to share love with people around you, friends, family, your significant other, your children, your dog.
Sure.
So some people have pets.
Of course.
So I think that it's just a day to share love every single day.
Do you know anybody that doesn't celebrate Valentine's Day?
I think there are lots of people that don't celebrate Valentine's Day because they think it's a day that you're supposed to be in a restaurant
with a significant other,
with a significant other.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's not the case. I think that you can be doing this with your kids. It's and it's every single day. You
Yes.
can get a person a flower any day of the week.
Absolutely.
It doesn't just have to be that one time a year.
I do remember years ago when I was in the banking world, I had a colleague who hated Valentine's Day, and everybody celebrated it but him.
Wow.
One year, all of a sudden, he just decided to get gifts for everyone in the branch. We were all very proud to see him opening up, to a holiday or a celebration, and I don't know if he continued the tradition, but that year it brought a smile to our faces, and he felt really good about it.
Wow. Did he continue doing it?
He only did it for 1 year because he left the bank.
Oh, okay.
So we really didn't follow up with him whether he continued with the celebration, but I hope he does.
Yeah, me
because,
too.
Yeah, because it's here whether we like it or not, right?
That's the truth too. Valentine's Day is every single day, so I'm definitely ready for it.
Yes.
Bring on the love.
Yes, exactly. So I asked you I think that was the most simple question that I'm going to ask you today because, Clariona, you wear so many hats, right? And
I
I'm
do.
very proud to say that because you are such a community leader. You are an advocate for, the community in Hempstead, and you are a village trustee in Hempstead.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Okay. We have a governing body, and within that governing body, we have our mayor, and we also have our 4 trustees. So I'm actually one of the trustees for the Heampstead Village, and I'm also one of the only female trustees that's actually sitting right now within the village of Hempstead, and we are the largest incorporated village in the entire United States, over 70,000 people. And we pretty much govern the community.
What inspired you to say, you know what, I'm going to run?
What inspired me to actually run is that one day, believe it or not, is that we were actually doing community service, myself and a group of other community activists, Candace Holly, Soko Angel, Antonia Kelly, my parents, Mr. and Mrs. Wright. And basically what was happening is that we were feeding some of the people that were homeless. Mm-hmm. And that night, I actually spent the night outside because we wanted to bring attention to let people know what was going on within the community, because when the city never sleep, Nassau County, Suffolk County sleep. And meaning that everything shuts down in Nassau and Suffolk. So we decided we're going to stay out one night, and we slept in our cars, and we wanted to bring attention to let everybody know what was going on. And after that, we started going on Facebook every hour and an hour to just bring awareness, to show them what's happening, how they're sleeping outside, how they don't have no place to go to the bathroom and stuff like that. And when the morning came, around 4 o'clock in the morning, we had a discussion, and we were talking. We said, you know what, someone needs to run, because we need to make sure that we secure a seat, because if you're not at the table, how could you advocate?
Right.
So my kids are grown, and I said, you know what, let me think about it. Let me pray about it. And I just got that message, and I decided that, you know what, it was the right thing to do. Mind you, I'm not political at all, But
when you're part of the community, you don't have to be.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. So I decided to make that run, and I said, you know what, if this is where I'm supposed to be, then it's going to happen. So I always feel that, you know what, I was appointed by God for my position, but I was elected by my people because of the trust and the relationships that I have built. And I actually won the first time around.
That's excellent. And I know you, not only do you talk the talk, but you walk the walk.
Absolutely, you have to, because the only way to make the difference is that you have to be a part of the community. Right. You can't just go out there and photo op and not do something, right, especially when you see things going on. You have to be a part of the change. Yeah,
absolutely. And I visit Hempstead frequently, and I notice that it's a very united community.
We are.
Yeah. And every time I go, the food is delicious. There's not one restaurant in Hempstead that I don't like.
There is a lot of there's a lot of good restaurants in Hempstead. You know, I'm a foodie too, so I was a part of actually one of the presidents for the Hempstead Chamber of Commerce. Mm-hmm. And we believe in supporting community businesses. And so that is a big thing that the Hempstead Chamber of Commerce believe in, supporting our businesses and going out to the different restaurants. But not when you go to the restaurant, you just sit down and eat. We have to pull out our camera. We need to take pictures. We need to let people know that we're there. So, there's a lot of mixture of flavors within Hempstead.
Absolutely.
So I love that diversity that we have when it comes to food.
Yes, absolutely. And talk about the Hempstead Chamber of Commerce. I also know that you are former president of the Hempstead Chamber of Commerce, right? So how was your role as the president when you ran the chamber?
When I ran the chamber, it was pretty much, once again, a lot of advocacy for the businesses, because I own my own business. So I believe that, we have to build together.
Sure.
And it's a community network. So it's about getting the exposure. In the middle of COVID, when everything shut down, we were still out, because even though my daycare center, we had stopped serving for a few minutes, I still felt like, you know what, we needed to get the businesses to the next level. So the team, we decided that we'll go out. We went to all of the businesses, because at that time, all of the business owners were inside of their businesses, because a lot of their workers were called out. They were either sick, they were scared, whatever was going on. We still went around and we knocked on the doors. We saw the business owners, we got their numbers, and we got them to a point that now we said, okay, you know what, we need to change over. We need to start using social media. Do you know how to use Instagram? Do you know how to use Facebook? Do you know how to use Uber Eats? So we helped them get to a point where they started using Uber Eats and all these different types of programs that are available, so that they were able to get the resources and the food that they needed to get.
Right.
Right now, I'm a sit-in board member, so I do have a great relationship with our new president, which is LaShawn Lukes, that is taking the chamber to the next level. Because one thing I believe is that when you sit in government and you sit in leadership, you don't have to be in charge of every single thing.
That is correct.
You know, sometimes we have to step back and let other people take it to the next level. And so I work very well with our new current president that's doing an excellent job and finding different things to bring to our businesses.
I kind of want to give you a high five for that, because it is so important. Yes. No, that's beautiful, because I think we share the same mindset.
Yeah.
Right? Now, how long did you do the chamber for? What was the term?
I did the chamber for, actually, it was about maybe 2 years, two years. Actually, you know what? I did the chamber. I sat as the president for about 2 years, and then I stepped down when I was running. But however, I've been on the chamber for maybe about like six years. So I was on the chamber for 6 years, and then I went down. Then I was the vice president. Then I went up to president. So, I worked my way up the ladder like anything else in life, and it's good when you work your way up, because you get to see everything at a different level. Yes. You just don't kind of step in and say, okay, you know what, I got this. I know what to do. No, I believe in working my way up the ladder. And even when I decide to, step away from a position, I still believe that, we have to still help those that are in leadership.
Yes.
So we can't just kind of walk away and say, okay, you know what, here you go, I'm done. See you later. No. You should be available by phone call. Absolutely. So that if they have questions, so we could support each other, because that's how you build together. Support.
That's what a great leader does. Yes. And now you also mentioned you're a business owner.
Yes.
Right? And I know the name of your business is Mini-Me.
Yes.
Mini-Me Kitty Daycare, right? You are the founder. How long have you had Mini-Me Daycare?
We've been in the Hempstead community for over 8 years. We used to be called Safe Child Early Learning Center. Mm-hmm. Now I actually took over, and now it's called Mini-Me Kitty Daycare, and we're located at the Children and Youth Hub Station inside of 261 South Franklin Street in the Linden Knowles building. And we take care of children ages 2.5 all the way up to 12 years old.
Okay.
And the amazing thing about us is that we are one of the first daycare center in Hempstead that's actually open until midnight, 12 a.m.
That is impressive. Wow.
Yeah. It's important. Sure. Because the two of us, we lobby together.
Right, exactly. Right.
And one of the things, I always lobby about is having childcare available and making it affordable for parents to be able to have some place to send their kids. So I can't just say, let's just, talk about it. We have to be about it.
Of course.
So we have a childcare center. We're open till 12 a.m. because parents have to work multiple jobs these days. They're either, working in a hospital, might be a police officer. Then also keep in mind, sometimes they have to work Lyft, and they're doing all these different types of, jobs. So they can't just work one job. So they need somebody that's going to be able to take care of their kids in a safe place, because my true feelings is that at the end of the day, not everybody wants to drop their kids off.
Correct.
To a friend's house, because you can't control who's in that friend's house.
Correct. So
they need reliable childcare, and we're open all the way until 12 a.m. to accommodate.
That's impressive. That's amazing. Now, why Mini-Me? Because when you said Mini-Me, it reminded me of the movie, right? Austin Powers, right? So why the name Mini-Me?
The reason why is because children are like sponge. You know, they mirror us. And pretty much I feel that, the little guys inside of the school, they are my mini-me's. The children in the schools, they pretty much, like I say, everything that we do, they want to do.
Of course.
Everything that we are, they want to be. So, they're pretty much, they're small, but everything you do, they want to know and they want to be just like you. So they're our mini-me's,
Right.
And we pour into them like sponges. The Hempstead community poured into me, and I couldn't find any other place that I wanted to be. But in the school district that I actually graduated from, which is, Hempstead. I know coming in, we had talked about my color blue, but, this is the tiger color.
That is the tiger color, yes.
It is. So every interview, every place I go, I always want them to know that, Hempstead is here. We're in the house.
Yes,
Either you're going to hear me or you're going to see me, but you're going to know that Hempstead is here, But we serve all communities, and it's about the children. So, we don't just serve Hempstead. We serve Uniondale. We serve Roosevelt. We're approved to also serve kids that are in the city because we accept ACS. We also accept DSS. And we have other kinds of programs that we're bringing in to be able to help all families. So to me, it's, the children are our mini-me. They're our future.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, and I couldn't agree more with you. I like the blue. As soon as you walked in, that's the first thing I saw. And you guys can't see her shoes, but she's wearing a beautiful pair of shoes.
I thought we was going to have a shoe cam. That's why I had to make sure I wear the right shoes, because I was like, you never know when the shoe cam's on.
Right, exactly. But also, doing my research and seeing everything that you do. So not only are you you're part of the youth in Hempstead or throughout Long Island, but you are also a board member for the Salvation Army.
I am. I am. I get on boards. When people ask me to get on boards, sometimes I decline, but then there's times where I say, you know what, yes. This is a board that I could be on. It does.
Yeah.
Because we don't just need to sit on boards that we can't make a difference.
Correct.
Or it doesn't align with the type of person that you are. The Salvation Army is about giving, okay? And they're nationwide. So what better, part of a board to sit on than the Salvation Army, where they're giving back? Because when, we had a fire in Hempstead, and they were right there at the scene. Not only were they at the scene, but they also opened their doors on Christmas, because these people had lost all their gifts. They lost everything. And they opened their door. They had service. They gave them toys. They gave them food.
Yeah.
And, I have to say that Major So and her team of Army, they do such an amazing job when it comes to make sure that the community is served. They have different types of programs that they offer over there. So to me, what better type of board to sit on than a board that, stands for everything that I am.
Sure.
And that's the Salvation Army. They're part of, what I believe in, serving.
Absolutely. And I don't know if you know this, but I'm a Rotarian. So every holiday, I didn't do it much this year, or last year rather, 2023, but we ring the bell. Oh, nice. Yeah. So we partner up with Stop and Shop in Farmingdale, and there I am ringing the bell, just volunteering for the Salvation Army. And everyone that I met from the Salvation Army, they're nothing but grateful people that I look up to, and just beautiful individuals. Right?
Yes, definitely.
So what motivated you to besides, it making sense, but what else motivated you to become a member of the Salvation Army?
The work that I see that they do.
Yeah.
The work that goes on behind the scenes, and the discussions that they're having on how to build a better community. Mm-hmm. And I think, to me, that's, the number one thing. And when we say community, we say community for everybody.
Sure.
Not just, one person. When you build a community, you build it for every single person that lives there.
Right.
Either they could be black, they could be white, they could be Hispanic.
Sure.
It doesn't matter what type of race you are, nothing, and it doesn't matter what religion you are. It's all about building community, and that's what I believe the Salvation Army stands for, building community.
Right, and I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, very, very impressive. Because also, you are a member of the U.S. Coalition of Black Women in Business, right?
I am.
Did I say that right, or did I?
You did.
You can correct me if I'm wrong,
You
please.
did. Yes, you definitely did. It's about supporting Black women businesses, and it's not just, once again, it's not just here, it's throughout,
Right.
No matter where I travel, I take them with me. So I could always connect with someone if I'm, I went to Hawaii, and when I took the tour, I said, hey, you know what? I asked them, hey, do you guys have a Salvation Army over here? Or, do you have one of the coalition sisters? Because you want to meet people, different places, to say, hey, you know what? Doesn't matter, where we are. Even though we're across the water, we could still connect and be able to help each other out.
Right.
To me, that's important.
Yeah, absolutely. So now, what is your approach? So do you when you meet an entrepreneur or someone that's looking to open up their own business, what is it that you tell them, to pretty much collaborate and work together?
It's funny you say that, because I do that all the time, even in my own business. Just yesterday, someone came by, and they came by to put their kids, find out about the daycare. But afterwards, we become a part of the family of those people that sign up. And to me, it's important to ask them a little bit about their self. So one of the persons said to me, it's like, well, you know what, we have a cleaning business. So I said, okay, tell me a little bit about your cleaning business.
Sure.
Because when I'm inside the daycare, I'm just Miss Corona. I'm not a government elect. I am not a part of any board. I am just Miss Corona. That's it to the children. But to the parents, however, if I could help my parents, I'm helping my children. So that to me is important. So you got to know your parents, because you could find out, how could I connect them to more resources, because then they'll be able to provide to our children. And I do say our because their kid become mine too.
Right.
So it's about helping.
Right.
So when they come in, I ask them a little bit about their self, and she says, well, you know what, I have a cleaning business. First thing I says, well, okay, tell me a little bit about your cleaning business. So they tell me about the cleaning business, and I said, okay, so what is it that, you want to do with your business? And they tell me a little bit about, I said, okay, the first thing I need you to do is to join your chamber. Because when you're joining your chamber, there's all kind of connection and resources there. So I tell them about joining their chamber. I tell them that it's important to, contact minority affairs. I tell them it's important to make sure that, you join different types of groups on Facebook. So I connect them to all the resources that they need to do. You can't build community if you don't build people.
Correct.
And I think there's enough for everybody. It doesn't matter. I have daycare centers that come into my daycare, and I don't mind telling them what they need to do if they want to get a center, because there's enough children for everybody.
Yeah.
We're not competing with each other.
Correct.
What I might have, you might not offer,
Right.
and what you might offer, I might not have. So why can't we work together? It's enough for all of us. We shouldn't be crabs in a barrel. We should be helping each other, and it doesn't matter who you are.
Yes. I think the message here is get involved. Get involved, no matter what it is, right?
Right.
There are so many things to do in the community, so many things to collaborate with your community members, leaders, whatever the case may be. If you want to be part of the fire department, if you want to be part of the Rotary Club, sometimes you don't even have to pay a membership. Just be part of it and get involved.
Exactly.
Right? And talk about getting involved. You're also the member of the Lobby Coalition.
I am. Right along with you.
Yeah, right along with me, exactly.
Right along with you. See, we met through connecting.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
and
yes,
networking.
yes.
That's how we met. I am. And I have to say that I am excited to be a part of the lobbying coalition, to sit with people like yourself that can also school me at different times on what it is that you're passionate about, trying to make a difference. Because for us to go up there and talk to these different people, our legislator, our senators, and let them know what it is that our community need and what it is that people need to be able to survive or be able to pay their rent, get childcare, be able to say, hey, you know what, I want greenery. It's important for us to speak up because not everybody can speak. Sometimes people are scared to say what people like ourselves are not scared to do. So
Correct.
I think that, there's different people for different things. There's some people that might be quiet that'll say, hey, you know what, I think this needs to be done. And then there's those that say, you know what, no problem. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to say what I need to say so we can make sure that your voice is heard. So, yeah.
Yes, and I think
that's important.
It is. It really is, because I think when I first met you, we were, I think it was probably Farmingdale. And you were being interviewed by Channel 12. And the words that were coming out of your mouth, I'm like, wait a minute, this is not even airing yet, and I want to hear more, right? So that's when I came up to you and said, my name is Missolino, very nice to meet you. And I think that's how we started, our collaboration and, our friendship.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to go down the list, and you tell me if I forgot something. So Heampstead Villaage Trustee, founder of Mini-Me Kitty Daycare, president of the Children and Youth Hub Station, right?
Yes.
We didn't mention that one.
No, that is our nonprofit organization,
Okay.
and it is actually our director and vice president of that is Mr. Lorenzo Sistrong. And basically what that is that we have a nonprofit organization that brings different types of resources to our youth, creating a safe place for them, because people forget that, when you have your 16 and 18-year-old, that they need resources too, and they need an outlet. And what we do is we create an outlet for them, and we have parenting groups where we teach parents about parenting, because we're not just, one day we wake up and we're the best parent. It goes by experience.
Correct.
And sometimes it goes by people telling you these are the things that you need to do. We have programs that we offer for parents that have newborns to assist them inside the home. So the Youth and Children Hub Station brings resources to our parents and our youth, creating a place for them to be able to have their voices heard and different types of outlets.
Yeah, and also being part of, such a community leader as yourself. Tell us a little bit about your how diverse Hempstead is, right? Tell us a little bit about the Latino community that you have in Hempstead, the maybe Indian communities, maybe African American. How do you put those communities together?
Well, I make sure that I'm a part of every organization, and I don't, one thing I have to say that when it comes to diversity is that I try to work with everybody. It doesn't matter, the color, your skin, the language that you speak. We can all communicate when it comes to go back to love.
Right.
Right? And if I show you love, I know you can show me love. And love starts with a smile.
Yes.
That's always my saying, that if I approach you with a smile, I'm pretty sure that I could change what you might have a perception of me, and I could take that a long way. So I always enter everybody home with a smile.
Yes, and I think it's contagious.
It is.
If you smile, people are going to smile back. Right?
Yes.
Unless it's someone that doesn't like Valentine's Day, but that's going to be a different show, right?
Exactly.
So, everything that you explained to us today, it's very not only informative, but it's so gratifying to know that there are people like you out in our communities. And I thank you for that, because we don't have enough, right?
Well, thank you. I appreciate that so much. I think it's so important for us to be able to connect and work with every single person, because like I said, no matter what language you speak, I always have a friend that could speak that language. I could pick up the phone and I could say, hey, you know what, I have someone that might not understand me, can you talk to them? And they'll translate what's being said. And then from there, we'll just kind of take it step by step, learning how to communicate with each other. But you got to get everybody involved. And it doesn't matter who you are. We all have someone that loves to give.
Correct.
And help each other out. And that's what it starts with me, just a smile and, showing how can I help you?
Right.
What can I do to make things better for you?
Because you're speaking from the heart.
Absolutely.
Right? Past experiences and people that we know on a daily basis, right, that are going through something that it's an eye-opening experience for us.
Right.
Right? Because all of a sudden, they're going through, let's just say, a divorce, or they're going through, whatever the case may be. And even though we may not have the resources available right there and then, but we may find someone that could help them. Right?
Exactly.
And it's all about, connecting the pieces of the puzzle to make sure that person gets help.
And that's important because, like you said, you might not have it, but somebody else that I might have connected with, through my different types of network,
Sure.
could be able to provide that resource from them, because you don't know what a person is going through. Just because somebody is not smiling doesn't mean that they're not smiling at you.
Correct.
Maybe they can't smile. Maybe they lost a loved one. Maybe, like you said, they have a divorce. Maybe they got raped. You don't know what someone is going through, so why should you give them the same type of, energy that they're giving you? Maybe we're that one person at that one moment that could actually save their life. So to me, it's like, it's about change. I don't let people change me. I change people. And I think that's important to do. And that's my upbringing. I don't know any other way but to, change people. So if I can't do anything, nice, then it's not worth it.
Right.
To me, it's about, doing something good for people, because no matter what they might do or say, I don't have a right to say, I'm going to do the same thing back to you.
Right.
It's, I could sleep at night,
right?
Knowing
exactly.
that I did something good for people. And I feel like eventually everybody else will become a disease, and they'll spread. Smile everywhere.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely. Love.
Yes, no, and I thank you again. And I'm pretty sure all the viewers or our listeners are going to want to talk to you at some point, right? So how can our listeners and viewers reach out to Clariona Griffith?
One of the ways that you actually could reach out to me is that, I'm very easy to find. As an elected official, all you have to do is I'm on Instagram, Clariona Griffith. I'm also on Facebook, which is Mini-Me Brain, but it's still under Clariona Griffith. Somebody hacked my page.
Did they really?
They did. They took my whole entire page. I was devastated.
Yeah.
But
it's becoming more popular lately.
It is.
Yeah, it's
scary. It's horrible that people do that, but it's still under my name, Clariona Griffith. And also you could reach me at the Heampstead Villaage as well that way. And through my business, you can reach me at 516-636-5777. And they could reach me that way also. We do have a grand opening, not a grand opening, we have an open house that we'll be doing for people to be able to register kids for summer camp, daycare, also for night care too, because we're open until 12 a.m. So we do have that happening actually on February the 3rd, and it's going to be from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock that we'll be having this open house for parents that might need it. And we have bilingual staff too.
Excellent. Yeah, so mark your calendars. So, Clariona Griffith, thank you so much for being here. Can you, final thoughts? Can you tell our audience, our viewers and listeners, final thoughts, anything that you may want to share, anything that you may want to close out with?
I guess the way that I would close out is to always tell people that no matter what you do, always put God first, and all things are possible through God. So I think, to me, that's the best way for people to always start their day, with a prayer and a smile.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much. You are such a beautiful leader. You speak from the heart. You are a smart woman. You are involved. I was running out of breath. I mean, I was looking at what you, I have a list, and my fingers were getting tired. But once again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. Welcome once again, Clariona Griffith, to our show, Lit Long Island Talks. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, and watch us on YouTube. Once again, thank you all for being here today. Have a blessed day. Happy 2024 one more time.